Welcome back to Buckeye State Fishing. Today we're going to talk about the MonsterBass box and the Bass Baits monthly box. Now, both of these boxes did not come with a card that gave the price of the lures, so everything I looked up was off of Tackle Warehouse. Okay, I got all the prices for these lures off of Tackle Warehouses, just so it was fair and comparable across both of them. This might not be what these companies paid, but this is the price I found online if you were to buy these lures individually from Tackle Warehouse. So let's start off with MonsterBass, and then we'll go to Bass Baits monthly. So guys, you guys saw me get the January of 2020 MonsterBass box. I just got the baseline plan. So this time I ramped it up to the regional specific box. It's a little more, but I wanted to see just how different it was. This is for February of 2020. So like I said, this is the regional box for the Northeast where I live. Supposed to be tailored a little better to the area you live and the specific tactics traditional to your area. So let's open up this box. Jason Christie helped MonsterBass develop this box, so we're going to go through some of the baits in here. He is fishing with the Major League Fishing Bass Pro Tour. They're currently fishing Okeechobee this week, so hopefully he does really well and we can see what he does. But let's see what kind of baits he likes to use and that he worked with MonsterBass on. So let's dive into this. In this, it just shows all the lures we're going to talk about today. So I'm just going to set this aside. And let's get into the first bait. So right off the bat, we have the Booyah Bait Co. Booyah Blade. It's a 3/8 ounce white spinnerbait. It's got a willow and a Colorado blade. You know, white spinnerbait has to be my favorite color of spinnerbait. I don't typically throw too much different other than white. Might throw more of a bluegill color too, depending on water clarity, but white is always my staple go-to. So this is really good. If you wanted to pick up a Booyah Blade spinnerbait, that would run you $5.99. Okay, guys. We got a decal from MonsterBass, of course. Almost looks like a Mountain Dew label. That's pretty cool. Can't wait to add that to the rest of the decals. Next, we have the Hedon Super Spook Jr. You guys know topwater is just around the corner. It's almost time to start breaking out these topwaters and start catching bass. The Super Spook Jr. I just recently got into using. I love the ones with feathered trebles on the back. I could easily just switch this out. Now this is the bone color. You know, it's kind of a creamy white with a little bit of red for the gills. This makes a really nice walking action, back and forth, slapping a bunch of water. If you wanted to pick up a Hedon Super Spook Jr., that's going to cost you $7.79. Our third bait, guys, is the Christie Croc. This is an 8-pack of a 3.5-inch watermelon candy craw. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this up and take one of these guys out. I always love using Yum baits. They always make awesome plastics. Very familiar with them. I've been using them for a long time. But I have never had some of these Christie Crocs. Let's take one out. Like I said, this is the watermelon candy. Kind of a green pumpkin with Mardi Gras colors of metallic green and purple. These craws really look like they're going to move and displace some water. I think this would be perfect on a Texas rig for punching mats or on the back of a jig. Just making lots of movement with these craws. Like I said, this is watermelon candy. If you wanted to pick up a pack of Christie Crocs from Yum, that's going to run you $2.99. So our fourth lure, guys, is the Smithwick Floating Rattling Rogue. This is the blue back chrome belly. It's got a little bit of orange on the belly. You guys can see this is a jerk bait. It's a floating jerk bait, like I said, so it goes 2 feet down approximately and will float back to the surface. This is a 1/3 of an ounce and it's 4.5 inches long. If you wanted to pick up a Smithwick Lures Rattling Rogue Floating, that would cost you $7.49. Okay, so quite a nice jerk bait here. Next, guys, we have the Cotton Cordell Big O. Now, this is a square bill. You know how I love square bill. This is the chrome and black back. This will be perfect for the springtime, especially when they're chasing shad post-spawn in time. I think it'll even do some serious damage during the pre-spawn and spawn. Square bills are killer in the springtime. If you wanted to pick up a Cotton Cordell Big O, that's going to run you $6.79. Okay, guys, getting down to the bottom here, let's see what we got. We got the Booyah Bait Company Hard Knocker. This is a 1/2 ounce lipless crankbait. This is in the flashy mama color. It's almost like a sexy shad pattern, but like you can see, puts off an insane amount of flash. I love these hard knockers. I love lipless. They're perfect. They can rip through a lot of grass, cover a lot of water. If you wanted to pick up a Booyah Bait Co. hard knocker, you're going to pay $6.99. Okay, guys, that's for the 1/2 ounce Booyah hard knocker. Okay, guys, one of our final baits is the Yum Dinger. This is a 5-inch stick bait in green pumpkin. This is perfect on a wacky rig. I love throwing Yum Dingers on wacky rigs. That's how I typically rig them. But don't forget, the weightless Texas rig catches them all the time too. The Yum Dinger is very cost efficient at $2.99, and it's just your traditional stick bait. Nice green pumpkin color, and like I said, I love wacky rigging these. These are perfect. They hold up really well, but like I said, they're very cost effective at the same time, because you know when you wacky rig baits, they just always get shredded. If you wanted to pick up some Yum 5-inch dingers, you're looking at $2.99, guys. Okay, guys, so last but not least in the MonsterBass box, we got some drop shot hooks from Daiichi. These are 4 drop shot hooks. Jimmy Houston is on the pack. Apparently he has something to do with Daiichi and making these hooks, and you know, that guy's caught a fish or two, so I bet you these will be pretty good. The drop shot hooks cost $2.99 also. Okay, guys, so that's it for the MonsterBass box. Let's break into the Bass Baits Monthly and go over that box. Okay, guys, so now we're going to talk about Bass Baits Monthly. I'm going to link their website below, but also I'm going to put it on screen right here. So let's start talking about them as a company before we get into them. Everybody's heard of MonsterBass, so we're going to talk a little bit about Bass Baits Monthly. Now, they are a family-owned company. They just started business in November of 2019, so they're a smaller operation. Their goal is to stay small enough where they can maintain good relations with their customers, making sure everybody has a positive experience and they're happy with their baits, while providing quality baits to their customers every month. Like I said, they're family-owned. They work with a team of about 6 pro staff people from all around the nation to help develop quality boxes each and every month. So, on the front of the box, they got this big old pig printed on here. Just, you know, just getting you amped up to get out and go fishing with these baits. So let's break into them and see what kind of baits are in this box. First, they have a little card telling you how to tie a loop knot. I prefer the palaver knot, but knowing more knots never hurt. You can send them your pictures and they'll feature it on their Instagram. And here is the email to send them to get them put on their Instagram. So guys, the first bait we got in here is the Junco Fishing Bigwig. This is a 3/4 ounce jig. It is a hair jig with feathers, as you can see. It's quite long. I mean, it goes all the way the length of my hand. I'm sure you will catch some monster fish on this. Hair jigs have been used for a long time, and they always catch fish. Let's see what color this is. This is the bait fish color. Classically, just a shad pattern, black back, white belly. I'm sure this will catch you some monsters. If you wanted to pick up a Bigwig from Junco Fishing, you're looking at $9.99. We got another bait from Junco Fishing. We got the CD Squared. This is their square bill from Junco Fishing. It's got a good rattle in it. This is the tropical shad pattern. Got more of a chartreuse belly to a blue back with just a little bit of red up on the throat there. If you wanted to pick up a CD Squared from Junco Fishing, you're looking at $9.99 also. The next bait we have, guys, is a bait I've never thrown before. It's from Spro. It's the Spin John 80. Now, the Spin John 80 is a spy bait. This is the Cellmate color. Just kind of a typical bait fish pattern. Kind of a grayer back to a whiter cream-colored belly. I've never thrown a spy bait before. If you guys have any tips or tricks on where and when to throw this thing, send them to me. I'm pretty excited to get to use these. I've never, like I said, thrown these, but I've heard they just catch fish when conditions are tough. They just beat them up and you can't beat them. So if you guys have any tips on these, let me know. If you wanted to pick up a Spin John 80 from Spro, that's going to cost you $12.99. Okay guys, now we're going to get into the soft plastics they included. From Gambler, we have a 7-inch ribbon-tailed worm. This is emerald blue. Everybody loves a good ribbon-tailed worm. 7 inches is typically the size I throw. It's got kind of a green back to a bright blue belly. It's got a real strong garlic scent on these. They definitely have them scented. But this is called emerald blue. Really nice twister tail worm. If you wanted to pick up some Gambler ribbon tail 7-inch worms, that's going to cost you $4.29. Next, we have the Paka Craw from Net Baits. It is a 3 3/4 inch long craw in the peanut butter and jelly color. This is a 9-pack. If you wanted to pick up a pack of these, it would also cost you $4.29. Bust one of these out. Oh wow, that's got good PB&J colors, just your brown back to then a purple toned underbelly. The craws are kind of a mix match color of both of the brown and the purple. If you want to pick up a pack of these though, like I said, $4.29 from Net Baits. Our final soft plastic is from Gambler again. This is the 4-inch Ugly Otter. This is a gold rush color. It kind of looks like a Bama bug color, but they call it gold rush. Just another typical beaver bait. You know, nice big paddle on the bottom, couple appendages on the side to make a lot of commotion. Got kind of a golder belly, I guess. That's where they get the gold rush from, but a dark black to June bug belly with green flake in there. If you want to pick up some Gambler Ugly Otter, that's going to cost you $4.29. And last but not least, we got some Mustad flipping hooks. These are 4/0 size, comes with 5. You know, it's got that man KVD on there. You know, he's also caught a fish or two. If you want to pick up some Mustad hooks, that's going to cost you $3.49. Of course, decals. Big Junco fishing decal and some Bass Baits monthly decals. So, that's both boxes. Now we're going to break them down and talk about the price points of both of these boxes. Okay guys, now we're going to talk about the comparable price points of both of these boxes. We're going to start with the more well-known company, MonsterBass. MonsterBass has been established for a little bit longer, quite a bit longer actually, and this is the regional specific box for the Northeast from MonsterBass. If you wanted to pick up a box from them, it would cost you $35, okay? Now from Bass Baits Monthly, they only have one plan, and their plan is $32 a month, and it's the only box they sell. It's just their basic package. So, we're going to start with the MonsterBass. The total, when you add up all the baits, is $44.02. Okay? Now, Bass Baits Monthly, when you add up all of their baits, it comes out to be $49.33. So, there's at least a $5 difference between both of these boxes. Both of them had excellent baits. Very quality baits in both of them. MonsterBass worked with Jason Christie to get these baits picked out, and Bass Baits Monthly worked with their pro staff to help bring you this quality box. However, I just want to talk about for a second Bass Baits Monthly. This is a new company, and for them to bring these names like Junco Fishing and Spro to their boxes this fast is incredible. You know, they clearly have the right things going on. To just have started in November of 2019, I'm sure they're going places. This company is going to do a lot of good things, and their goal is to always maintain good customer relationships. So I look forward to the future Bass Baits Monthly have, and they definitely took the cake with the price point on this one. For being $3 cheaper a month and $5 more in value, you just can't beat that. However, I really enjoyed all of the baits in MonsterBass, I'm sorry. MonsterBass, those baits were incredible. I love throwing Booyah and Heaton, and Yum. Oh, I always throw Yum dingers, so getting another pack of those was just awesome. But the Cotton Cordell square bills, that's what I grew up throwing. That's the first square bill I ever threw, and I love them. So I love both of these boxes, and I hope you decide to sign up for one of these boxes yourself. But don't always feel pressured to go with the big name boxes, because sometimes these smaller companies, they pack quite the punch too. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.